Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another stream. We normally do this round about Christmas. For those who are new to the channel, I normally play nights round about Christmas. I didn't want to leave it any longer. So, we have to unlock it if I remember rightly. I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, I think we do. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to do the PS2 version. And we're going to have to go through all these worlds and try and complete the game so we can unlock Christmas nights and then play Christmas nights. So I guess I'm going to be explaining Nights into Dreams to a couple of people in here at least. But it's going to be fun. So, away we go. Absolutely love the soundtrack, so good. And away we go. I think it's kind of weird that it still runs on semi-low frame rates, but it's whatever. Ooh. Bounce off that. Because I've not played in a while, I gotta get used to it again, but it's not too bad. Oh. I gotta find one of the cages that will give me a load of the orbs. That'll be handy. Really rusty here at the moment. Hey Sky, how you doing? Think I might have enough? No. Oh wait, no, we're on the next one. So yeah, for those who aren't familiar with Night, please tell me so I can explain it. I'm probably going to be explaining quite a lot though, so it doesn't have like Final Fantasy in-depth lore. It's just I'm going to be explaining it probably on repeat. I'm okay. I'm just recovering from my condition affecting me in VR. I'm unfamiliar with Nights in the Sky. So again, this is kind of one of the other games where I like to play on an almost yearly basis, especially around Christmas, because it has a Christmas theme to it. Or rather, it has a demo disc from the Sega Saturn that has a Christmas theme to it. But Nights is a 3D flying racing game of sorts, is the best way of putting it. It was made by Sonic Team for the Sega Saturn when it first came out. And then this version we're playing is the remade one for, I think, the PS2 that then got ported to the 360 and PS3 and then Steam. But essentially, Nights is a game which is based around dreams and the worlds that you can visit in dreams. And the idea is that throughout the game, the two main protagonists, who are children having nightmares at the time, have to work with Nights, who is the character in the dreams, to overcome their nightmares and become better or more confident, depending on what the situation is. Like, I think somebody's being bullied in one of the narrative lines, and another one wants to play, I think, soccer better? Yeah, it's essentially just a really nice sort of story about finding out who you are and overcoming problems. But the gameplay is interesting because of the whole deal of what I'm doing here at the moment. What we essentially have is a game where you go around in a 3D environment doing laps and picking up orbs that then unlock these cages. Each one of the cages has a different sort of personality trait, whether it be, like courage or bravery or whatever. It has them inside it, and the idea is we're unlocking those and then bringing them to the palace that we get knights from at the beginning. And by the end of the lap, if we've not got the amount needed to unlock the cage for those personality bits, then we go around again. It's a weird racing flying game, but it's actually really cool. I enjoy it loads just because the visual style. And it is really simple. Plus the soundtrack's great, and on top of that, It's the whole thing of it's been referenced in a lot of Sega games. The visuals are very nice. The one thing I like about the dreamworld is just how crazy they've gone with it. This is also the first game to have the 8-life system in it, or artificial life. So for anyone that's familiar with Sonic Adventure, you'll know the Chow from Sonic Adventure. The NiGHTS in this are basically the precursors to the Chow. Sonic Team worked on the NiGHTS in this game first, and then decided that they would use the 8-life system in Sonic Adventure to create the Chow. The NiGHTS affect different parts of the game in this. You can collect them throughout the different areas and hatch them, and that's another little feature to kind of collect them, very similar to Chow. But you can interact with them in levels. Certain things you can do, like you can accidentally bash into them, or if you act nice to them in a level, what will end up happening is the music will perk up a bit and everything will be nice and cheerful. If you're kind of mean, or if you accidentally injure them way too many times, it can result in the level's music becoming a little bit more eerie, which kind of reminds me a little bit of Undertale. Let's see if I can... There we go. From behind. There's a certain spot for an achievement here where if you hit Gilwing from behind here, the boss, it just nukes him in one go. But yeah, for anyone that's not seen this, I'd recommend picking it up. It's a very fun, almost simplistic sort of arcadey feeling game. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but if you like sort of obscure ideas and you like those vivid and colourful sort of environments and characters from the 90s, then it's really fun. I was having a talk about NiGHTS the other day in VR chat with somebody who was wearing a Christmas NiGHTS avatar, and they were actually happy that I recognized them. So I got talking to them for about an hour or so, talking about the community and all the references that Sega does and things like that. It was really nice. I took screenshots of their avatar just so I can find out where that is, because I actually want to try using a NiGHTS avatar at some point. But yeah, for anyone who's like a big Sega fan, you'll know that like NiGHTS is referenced in almost everything Sega does. I think it's just because of how much of an impact it had on the Saturn as well. It's like, it was one, if not the release title, I think it was for the Saturn. I remember there was a lot of advertisements for it when the Saturn was out. It was also the first game, if I remember rightly, to do what they called the 3D controller, which essentially is almost like the precursor to the classic Xbox style controller, because it actually used like a couple of digital analog sticks, if I remember rightly. Or digital sticks, sorry, and the idea is that it would give you free movement a little bit better than a D-pad, because up until then, the company had been building the Genesis or the Mega Drive, depending on where you're from. So you only had a D-pad. You know, so using a controller with a thumbstick was really cool, and I actually think they were ahead of Sony, if I'm correct about that, in terms of having a pad that had like a thumbstick on it. But then, yeah, that got evolved into the Dreamcast controller, that then got evolved into the Xbox controller, because of Microsoft's deal with Sega. So it's pretty nuts how things go. But yeah, as you can see with NiGHTS, we're again going through the worlds, and all it is just collecting the blue orbs and enjoying the environment while you look around. The idea being that you do the laps, you collect the orbs, you go to the personality capture thing where it has like the different traits. You release the trait and then you go around again. The idea is the quicker you do it, the better you are at it, then overall the higher you score, which then affects things like achievements and stuff, but also your ranking. The ranking thing was pretty cool, mainly because it just switched things up a little bit. It's also pretty cool because there's a quote from, I think, Miyamoto, for anyone that likes like Nintendo or whatever. There's a quote from Miyamoto at one point saying that NiGHTS was actually the 3D game that he would have liked to create. and just didn't. So that's an interesting little tidbit of history. But yeah, this was out roughly, I think it was about 90, I could be wrong here, but I think it's about 95, 96 for Knights. But yeah, we'll play through and get the Christmas area unlocked, and then we'll be playing Christmas Nights. I always play this at Christmas though, just because of how nice it is. You know, it's very upbeat. It's not too sort of dark, even though there are dark elements to the storyline. You know, with what the two protagonists are dealing with in terms of like feelings of depression or doubt, you know, like self-doubt or whatever. It's like, despite dealing with that kind of stuff, it is a pretty upbeat game. It's really saturated in terms of its graphics. Its art style is really, really nice and does stand the test of time. Although then again, I am talking about the PS2 version here, which was remade in, I think, mid-2000. And then they brought Knights back anyway on the PS2 iToy Sega. I'm trying to remember whether it was like Sega All-Stars or something. I think it was. Essentially, Knights has been like a big staple of the Sega brand. There's an egg for a Nightopian, so we can hatch that. The funny thing is, if you run into these Nightmaren, which are the enemies, the Nightopians in the level, if you run into them on occasion, if you paraloop, which is the move that Knights can do where you just like flip, if you do that to around certain enemies, it's possible to combine a Nightmare and a Nightopian into a new version of itself. It's really weird. Oh, some links here. Trying to get the big points. There we go. Normally, when you go through those loops like that, it's always good to do as many tricks as you can, just to get as many points as possible to get your rank up, but it's not really necessary. Like, no matter how bad you are at this game, as long as you get round a lap and get back to the capture, then you're all good. You know. So it's... The skill comes later on from when you're trying to improve your rank and stuff, but if you just want an easy time on this game and to kind of experience this crazy 3D world for yourself, well then, you can do, you know, this now. I need to get back there. These loops with the spikes, the ones that actually take away time if you do them wrong. But yeah, how's everybody in chat? Instead of me just kind of throwing out random Sega facts from like the early 90s. I absolutely love this game, seriously. The amount of times it pops up, I can just ramble about it for ages. I'm alright, how are you? I am just recovering from that last stream. I was going to do an Immersion Tale one, but it ended up just being like, yeah, I can do an Immersion Tale one later, and I didn't want to leave Knights too long. So I was like, I'll do Knights first, and then I'll do Immersion Tale. I'm trying to get this mini back over here, because the mini actually needs to go in this area to get an achievement. Well, we're essentially leaving it round in circles. There we go. We get more points for the mini being inside the garage. Don't ask me why that's even there, because I don't know, but it is pretty cool. This is also the engine that they were going to use for the cancelled Saturn game, Sonic Extreme. The problem with that is Yuji Naka basically ruined everything. No joke, Yuji Naka ruined everything. For those who don't know, Yuji Naka is one of the old programmers from Sonic's original OG days. The problem is that he's now been done for insider trading on multiple levels, which is not good. He also was, I think, part of RZS for a little bit. I think he was linked to RZS, and he also had his own company that did Rodeo the Sky Soldier for the Wii, which tanked a little bit. They also created Balan Wonderworld, which is something we've also played on the channel, which was like a spiritual successor to Knights. Ooh. Oh, I'm just trying to trash this boss. It's like a giant fish, and we're going across the map and trying to hit it while it comes within our range. We turn knights into kind of like a torpedo, which is nuts. I do like these environments. They're so strange. So strange, but so unique. There's no other game like this. No, other than Battle Wonderworld. Which, honestly, I want to play Battle Wonderworld again, because I actually didn't mind it. It seems like an interesting one that, you know, can be played if you have kids. So that might be a thing, especially with my daughter now. That'll be fun to play. Even though we enjoyed it anyway when we first played. I love all these fish in the tank here as well. They look so good. Like, again, this is the PS2 remake, so obviously it's going to look a little bit better, but even the Saturn version doesn't look too bad. But that's because of the engine. It was really a unique engine for its time. Especially because of the way the Saturn does things. Because I'm trying to remember how it renders stuff. Because normally everything is done via tries. When you import stuff, normally into an engine, it converts everything to triangles. I think it was either the PlayStation or the Saturn worked in quads though, and then something had to be done to convert stuff into tries. It was really weird. I'll have to figure it out. There's like a load of tech stuff online that tells you about this. Please, somebody else ask me something. I don't want to be just waffling on all night. Unless you're happy with me doing the little information things. I love Soft Museum primarily just because of the way the environment is. The fact that when we walk around as Claris here, actually, because the whole thing of it, the theme of it is being an entire area that's kind of like a bouncy castle. It gives way underneath your character, which is so cool. It's a nice little touch that really makes it feel as though you're interacting with the environment more than you actually are. Like you can bounce off all these items to gain height. Whee! Think we need to go around again? Yep. Ah, I was trying to get that in one go, but... just drill dive into the floor, no, it's fine. Thing! If I go around again, we should be good. Done. I've gotten a solid state society box set. What's your opinion on Ghost in the Shell? Ghost in the Shell is fantastic, and it's one of the many things that I absolutely enjoy. Primarily because, like, I was first introduced to it via the PS1 game that I've obviously played on the channel before, for those who have been around. But yeah, I was introduced to it through the PS1 game, then heard about the anime, but didn't watch the original film for ages. I can't remember how long it took me to actually get around to watching the original film, but I really enjoy just the whole concept that it brings of transhumanism, you know, and at what cost. Because you look at how many people are dealing with, you know, like cyber upgrades that end up screaming over when they get hacked or whatever. Also, the Mage's character is amazing, despite both being, well, not really having a gender, you know, because they've been both a man and a woman, if I remember rightly, according to Standalone Complex. Plus, the obvious other one being just Mecha, man, Tachikoma. Tachikoma is so cool, and the Fuchikoma from I think it's either the end of it or the actual game. The Fuchikoma are pretty good as well. Just the idea of spider tanks is really fun. You know, the Mage is one of my favorite characters in anime just because of how strong she is, to the point, well, strong they are, to the point where I actually have a super expensive statue that I got when I used to work in the games industry of her from Standalone Complex. Because they censored the outfit in second gig, the give her pants. So I have, that sounds terrible, but yeah. They give her pants, so I got a statue of her when she's in a default outfit from Standalone Complex. Because the Standalone outfit just looks really badass. Oh. The fight with the spider tank at the end of the movie is awesome. Yes. The amount of effort the Major has to put in to rip that damn thing open is nuts. And then the second movie where it's basically Bato going around trying to find the Major. But Ghost in the Shell in all its shape and the way that it ties into the Appleseed universe as well, because technically it uses the same technologies. Because Appleseed's another one that I enjoy as well, because it's done by the same artist, Masamune Ishiro. Yeah, if you've not seen Appleseed, then see Appleseed. The 2004 CGI film's really good. The old OVA, which is basically the 2004 film, but with a little bit extra, that still holds up. And then you've got, I think it's what, Appleseed 13, and there's another one as well for Appleseed. I think it was like Ex Machina. Ex Machina is so good. And then I think there was Zero as well. Trying to remember how many. I just love the way I interact with the Nightopians there, and they're making a statue of Night. Oh crap. I have Appleseed, Ex Machina, and Zero. Ex Machina is one of my favorites, just because of how well it's done as a film. So glad Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty paid homage to Ghost in the Shell with the Spider Tank boss. Ooh, nice! Oh, here's Jackal. Jackal's one of the more annoying bosses because he throws cards at you with different things on them, but he's also really annoying to catch up to. Essentially, what you try and do is avoid his cards, get close to him, and then power loop him like this. I think we only have to do it like 3 times, but it's so annoying. You can get him again when he's nowhere near his cape. Power looping is good, but the problem with it is that you use it before you gauge. No, no, no. Did I just double tap him there? I think I did. Oh, is that triple? Quad? Did we just... Oh my god, we absolutely wrecked him. Dude, I think we just got a massive amount of points there for just completely curb stomping Jackal. And we still get a C. We still get a C rank, but even so, we only need C ranks to progress in the story, so... I think there's like 5 levels each, and then we do Christmas Nights. Yeah, there we go, and then we do Elliot's levels. Elliot has slightly different level stuff and themes. This is, I'm trying to remember the level. There we go, Twin Seeds. Try and get a physical anime collection. Need to find Bubblegum Crisis. Bubblegum Crisis is so good. Even the, was it 2048? I think the 2048 or something like that. Even that version of Bubblegum Crisis is really fun. Whee! So what's happened here is we got split up in this level from Night by Wiseman, the main boss, who basically created everything. And Night's like, I don't want to work for you anymore. I'll just split up and help the kids. And as a result, Wiseman's like, oh, I'll just split you away from them then. But in an act of defiance, we've managed to get Nights back by jumping into the dream world on our own, so now we can fly around and go save knights instead of the other way around. Oh, I can't paraloop though. Because it's that one last chirp. Seriously, is it really that last chirp? Yes, I have seen the new Studio Ghibli thing. I've seen the trailer for it at least. It looks pretty cool. I just realized we can't waste much time here on these laps. But I do want to try styling here, so we're going to try and get these points. Oh. I don't remember what that was. Oh, there we go. I love the way down below we can see like the city and lights and everything. It's so cool. Let's see. Oh, I should have just drill dived through all of them. The music's a bop, indeed. Like with almost every Sega game, the music is so good. Oh, no. I lost time there. The idea is we get back to knights, duelize with them, and then... or save them, and then we can beat Wiseman if we've got time. Oh, no. Well, I just need to go around the... I don't think I'm gonna make it. The last loop here, I still need... Oh no, I'm done. No! Night over. The music's giving me major Kingdom Hearts gummy ship vibes. So yeah, the last level in particular in Twin Seeds can be a little bit awkward. Come on. But yeah, this is, as you can see, I'm like 28 minutes. I'm on the last level with Claris, and then with Elliot, it's kind of the same, so... It's not too much of a big deal in terms of like length, but it is a fun little game that you can play. And then I think the whole replayability for it comes in with the increasing your score and stuff. Because there was actually an online leaderboard, if I remember rightly, on the 360 version. So I think I might actually do one on this as well, with it being the 360 version. Yeah, we gotta go. I can't just keep power looping here. I gotta kind of go as quickly as I can here to get all of these links, and then we'll just go to the next area. I love the way I'm like, I don't want to power loop everything, and then I end up running into that bit. Oh my god, just absolutely decimating that there. Oh. We good? Yes, we are. Oh my god. Killing it right now. Right, this next one. The star thing that we've got going on, where we have to collect stars for points as well. That kind of reminds me of like a really old Earthworm Jim. You know, for the Genesis or the Mega Drive, depending on which region you're in. I swear some of the collectibles for Earthworm Jim were stars. If not, then I'm getting confused with Toy Story. Oh. No, can I just... Trying to find out where the capture is. Where's the... There it is. The music is so good. It's like, hi, Loki. Nice to see you again. I take it you're going to be around for quite a lot tonight? Because if so, then you might end up seeing an update. Or at least, you know, me working on an Ocean Tale at some point. There we go. Oh my god, do I have to open every single one of those balloons? Because I might have screwed it if I do need to. Oh my god, the combo off that, man. Where do I go? I think it's there. And then there we go. Now we go to NiGHTS. We go to NiGHTS and try and open Wise Man's barrier here that he's put up. And then if I remember rightly, yep, Elliot comes flying in to help out from his dreams. And then we can dualize, and then we get double knights if I remember rightly in the boss. Hey, A rank. Hopefully still getting some of my homework taken care of. It's fine, it's fine. So this is Wiseman. This is where both of the kids of what we call dualizing, where essentially they cut off with knights. The Wiseman here is, he's the main bad guy of the game, and he's a bit annoying to deal with. We're essentially going to go through like different areas, and try and take him out, and he's going to be dealing as much damage as possible to us. I do like the look of this though, because especially on the Saturn version, it still looks pretty good. So you got like these kind of graphics on the Saturn around the same time as Mario 64's out. It's pretty nuts. Yeah. So to get through these tornadoes, we're just going to go through certain parts of them. I just realized as well, we've not had to fight Rialo, which is Knight's kind of like evil counterpart, sort of. Basically, like, just imagine Knights, but as an evil henchman. What's your opinion on Mario 64? I've not played it enough to really have an opinion on it. All I can say is, like, well, from when I played it, the controls just felt terrible. But that might just be me. I wonder if there's a mod for this, and if there's a community, says Lucky. There's definitely a community. There's an sort of like underground community for Knights online. Why I say underground, I mean like, Knights is pretty obscure nowadays, so, you know, it's pretty nuts. But when you can, you know, like find the community, it's really fun to talk to them. Oh god, the faces. Yeah, just think, you're trying to do 3D for the first time, it's 1995, or 1996, I can't remember, around about that era. And you're trying to make something that looks like a character, but you're also like, okay, I want it stylized, and you've only got 2D artwork to go off. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna be biased and say it isn't too bad, but I don't know, there are definitely parts where shops look better in certain areas than others. Yeah. The facial animation's a nightmare fuel. I've been having really bad heartburn for years, says Damon. I've heard about Tums. Tums are good, yeah. It's not you, the controls did suck. Is that the guy who made Jurassic Park? Steven Spielberg? Yeah, they try and do a play on him there. The idea is Clarice in the actual game wants to become a singer. So she's trying to get the confidence to become one in front of an audience of like really important people. And then we've got the main theme here going in the background. Good jam this, it's actually in a lot of Sega's games. In different versions. You've got the version sung by the kids individually. the version sung by both kids, and then I think there's the adult one, which sounds really good. Under Event was crazy this year since Revenge. Yeah, I missed out on Under Event. So, basically with Under Event, I just saw bits of it. I was actually asked to attend it, or rather to do, you know, content for Immersion Tale. But obviously with me doing so much else this year, and, you know, trying to get everything ready, what ended up happening was, I've mentioned this before, behind the scenes, the person that's running it, if I remember rightly, or claimed to be a person running it, was like, make content for this, just do like another trailer, do completely new content for it, and I'm like, I won't be happy until this is fully up to where I want it to be up to in terms of like releasing the animation. If it's not good quality, I'm not going to do it. And they were like, well, you can do it if you want, you've got this much time, and they mentioned about November. And I ended up skipping out and doing the trailer that I released like 5 months ago instead. And then did the updates since. So hopefully by like next time it comes around, we'll either be done for Immersion Tale and we can be in it, or people will already know about it. Yeah. But yeah, from what I saw of it before, it did look pretty cool. So this is Splash Garden. This is actually a demo level as well. This is a really fun level. It shows off a lot of the crazy things about NiGHTS, including the weird level aesthetic, also mixed with NiGHTS' ability to change into different things at will. Like for instance, you'll just about catch it here, but if you actually watch out when NiGHTS is going through water, the legs turn into a dolphin tail so that you can swim better. It's pretty neat. NiGHTS can literally just turn into whatever they want to turn into to be able to get through obstacles and stuff. It's pretty nuts. It's funny because in Sega All-Stars Racing Transform, they have NiGHTS as a car. Like NiGHTS literally transforms himself into a car, which is really weird. She avoided being on the casting couch. That would have been a different game, says Damon. Oh god. I can't remember whether the clock in the middle of the square there is actually running on real time or not. Because Sega did a lot of crazy stuff like this where they're like, oh, we'll add an obscure detail, like we'll actually make a working in-game clock, but we'll put it out of reach and then just see if players can actually figure out where it is or whether it works. Because it's that bunch of flowers there. It is literally a clock that you can read there, but I don't know whether it's in-game or not. How do I get out of here? I went around so many times there. It's like there's a specific area to get out, and I'm just like, ah. NiGHTS is basically a polymorph for the ability to fly. Yeah. NiGHTS can do whatever NiGHTS wants. NiGHTS is a being that exists beyond comprehension in a world made up of literal dreams. So if you dream NiGHTS being like a whale or something, NiGHTS will be a whale. It's crazy. Yeah. NiGHTS is a fever dream. But yeah, I think that's what helps with the level design and stuff for NiGHTS, is that you can essentially just make like any obstacle and then be really creative with how NiGHTS overcomes that obstacle. There's the freaking clock that I was on about. It's not the correct time, but it does look really nice. I was jumping up and down when I saw that there was going to be a Green Sans fan game since Revenge. Oh, nice. Sounds like... sorry. NiGHTS looks like a Digimon. Kinda. Music though, man. But yeah, there was another NiGHTS game on the Wii, basically, that was pretty much a an upgrade version of this game, and it's actually pretty fun. You can go in VR chat and find the worlds from it. I'm gonna play it at some point on the channel when I get around to playing all these old games, like I've been saying for ages, once I'm done with Immersion Tale. But yeah, the Wii version is actually really nice looking as well and has a lot of like unique worlds to it. The person that I met in VR chat the other day was actually talking using the voice from the Wii version. They had like a voice changer set up so that they were talking in the exact voice. I was like, wow, that's awesome! I definitely fanboyed over that person's avatar and edited vocals for a lot longer than I should have. See, now we're underwater. Now NiGHTS' feet have changed into literal dolphin tail. And on NiGHTS' back there's a dolphin fin. I love these underwater geysers as well. And then we go behind here and we can do like third person swimming. This stream might as well be just changed to Dave Fanboys about Sega stuff yet again. Because that's essentially what I'm doing right now, but it's all good. Especially if people enjoy it. So cool. These tracks, man, they really do burn into your brain, but in a good way. Wait a minute, I swear I got the... Oh, no. Oh, it's gonna make me go around again. I'm gonna fake this. I need to get out of this water area real quick. I went round again when I didn't need to for some weird reason. Really does look like a Digimon now you say it. There's the temple. Oh my god. That moment where I ran myself like so close to the time of that. The only reason I even got a C there or a B at the end was primarily because I had points stocked up. Oh, here's Puffy. Puffy's weird. As a boss, you grab her and just throw her through all the obstacles. She's supposed to be like a demonic opera singer. When you play the Christmas version, it turns into Dr. Robotnik. But Puffy was also shown off in a lot of like pre-release stuff. Okay, we're just throwing an opera lady around here. There we go, we just trap her underneath that painting. I can't remember exactly what that painting is, but I've just started the Yu-Gi-Oh anime where they do on bikes, figure out its name. It's really good. 5Ds. 5Ds is actually really good. The story gets really good later on. It's got some good atmosphere to it. Like, no joke, out of all of it, I think 5Ds has, like, the best atmosphere. Plus, if you're watching the Japanese version, then, oh my god, the Japanese themes later on in the show, man. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Because I think Masaki Endo does one of them at one point for one of the main parts of it. I won't spoil it, but... I remember watching that as a kid, says Lucky. Masaki Endo, I think, is famous in Japan for doing like a lot of like really cool rock music for different shows and anime and movies, if I remember rightly. Could be wrong. But yeah, I think he's doing Kamen Rider and a bunch of other stuff. We have to look into it because I can't fully remember because I've not looked up Masaki Endo in ages, but very 90s sounding music, man. So good. What happens when you give Sega a Yamaha keyboard and then turn around and be like, so anyway, play sheer 90s music. There we go. First area done. I think if I remember rightly in this one, NiGHTS turns into a bobsled as well. So if you're waiting around for any crazy shenanigans like that, then prepare to see NiGHTS as a bobsled at one point. I'm gonna get a lot of these points if I can. Oh, he says he misses a bunch of links. There's also a bunch of NiGHTS eggs there. There we go. I'm sat here trying to get extra points when I don't need to. Cool thing about NiGHTS as well is the whole way of power looping. Power looping essentially is a neat concept to be able to take out enemies. When you do it, like here now, I'm doing loop-de-loops. That isn't just for the sake of it. What happens is, behind NiGHTS, when you fly, there is always a double set of contrails that are made up of sparkles that you can see coming from NiGHTS' hands. And the idea essentially is that by going around in loops and linking those together, you then generate the vortex, which sucks in everything, whether it be enemies, items, collectibles. It just sucks everything in and allows you to collect stuff a little bit easier. And it's also a form of an attack as well, which is nuts. And then the other attack you've got is the drill dive, which is this like spin attack thing from Sonic, where NiGHTS just spins furiously and increases the overall speed. But again, these levels go fast when you go through the laps pretty decently. Oh, he says, as he then turns into a bobsled. Yeah, we can even get stuff in the background with the power loop, which is really neat. Oh. Trying to go around again here so I can collect these links, because I need like quite a few of them in the next area. Kind of reminds me of the classic Sonic special stages with the way that this is done. And there we go. Now, to save some time, I could go all the way around again, but I don't think I actually need to because it's the last lap, so we can just rack up some more points here. Yeah, we can just barrel through here like this and just pick a ton of points. And then there we go. Trying to remember what the boss is. I think it might be Claws? Which is a tiger, I could be wrong. Yeah, there we go, it's Claws. Tiger cat thing. I don't remember how we beat Claws here. Oh, I think I remember. I think you have to just, ow, hit these to get Claws to move. could be wrong. It's either that or you hit the ones that Claws has messed around with. And it won't let me go back. That's not good. There we go. Yeah, because Claws is a one-trick pony. Do you have an opinion on which one's that one doing? Like, I'm looking at it and saying CMW, and I'm like, wait, what? Custom Air Claws. Oh, yeah, I've mentioned it a few times. I've not tried it yet, so I kind of reserve a little bit of judgment. I've mentioned before that I was asked by the devs to try it out before it was released and cover it, but didn't due to me just doing a lot of other stuff. I've not really looked into it too much. Maybe I should actually fulfill my channel's role of trying to actually cover mech stuff, you know, a little bit more. Because again, I'm like all over the place at the moment with being like a mech, video game, animation kind of channel, instead of just being a mech channel. But I guess that's why it's cool, because it means I can branch out and cover the content. It's just, for a long period in time, I did try and keep the whole thing of just mech stuff going. But the problem is with mech stuff being niche, you tend to lack content. You know. It's a little bit of a letdown, says Damon. Be interesting if I get round to it. Oh, I got this one's got magnets in and other weird things. Nope, can I just not get dragged down to the depth there by one of the NiGHTS? No, sorry, NiGHTS, Nightmares. Mech, VR, video game animation channels, the Sky. Yeah, I've kind of branched out quite a lot since. It's like with a lot of channels, you branch out when you find that there's not enough content, especially if you were a primarily only Armored Core channel up until 6 launched, you know. Because like, everybody's seen my speculation videos on AC6, but there's only so many times you can play AC before it just gets boring before the fan base kills it for you. You know, so it just ended up being like, I'll just branch out and do all this stuff. I actually like my choice, because it means that I can then enjoy talking about other stuff and showing off how much I fanboy about other things instead of just mech things. Even though mech's like a big part of it. The only thing that I feel bad about when talking about other stuff is I know people come for the mech stuff, and then when I don't do it, they get kind of upset, or seemingly that way anyway. And then when I'm trying to talk about something else that's not mech stuff, they'll be like, dude, talk about it. I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, it really makes me upset. I know it doesn't sound like it at the moment, but it's primarily because I'm trying to concentrate on that while also being like, oh crap, you know. It's that nervous kind of tick of, oh no. Oh, go on it. I love the way NiGHTS is just cartoonishly stuck to that there. Oh. That's what, lap 2? Yeah. Off-brand anime reviewer, says John. Oh yeah, because I did do anime reviews as well. No. I need to do anime reviews again. I have neglected my content for quite some time. Like I did the anime reviews for Goblin Slayer and then Gundam and Full Metal Panic. Full Metal Panic was how Ion found me, I believe. And then I did Goblin Slayer at one point. I could have done Eminence and Shadow. With anime reviews, it's actually pretty fun because you can actually get a decent set of views if you cover them literally the moment they're out. So like for instance, if you watch an episode as it's airing on say like online and then just get a bunch of screenshots and go, you can actually get a decent amount of views from that, like day one. That's something to look into for me to expand again, because I want to keep on expanding the channel, I really do. I enjoy talking to a lot of people, as we've already sort of seen. I enjoy talking to a lot of people about what I enjoy and comparing it to what other people enjoy, and then maybe expanding other people's, you know, sort of views as to what stuff is fun and things like that, you know. If I can introduce people to new stuff that they've not seen before, and they enjoy, then it's all good. It's like I explained, I think in 2018 when I did the first GBO streams, and I was like, yeah, I just want to treat this kind of like when I was at work. So it's a case of, I'll come in, I'll sit at my desk, I'll enjoy doing what I really enjoy doing, which is talking about stuff or whatever, and then see who else enjoys that kind of stuff, you know. It's just super chill. Oh, so I'll do like approaching the channel like that. Oh crap, I'm getting absolutely massive in here. You can't please everyone, just do what you want to do. You've neglected your duties. I really have, you know. Shangri-La Frontiers is Sky, try that. Top Shelf Anime, oh, interesting. I know at the moment, hang on, Damon says, I mean, I'm always looking for new things. The way I look at me as a person is I'm always trying to better myself, which means my taste as well. That's cool, yeah. It means you're open to listening to people and trying different things, and if you don't like them, well then you don't like them, you know. But again, it's like I've said to people before, I'm not going to force you to try and do anything, primarily because I can't. What I am going to do though is turn around and be like, oh my god, look at this, it's amazing, and shout to the high heavens for things that I think people will enjoy because I just find them really good, you know? It's not so much the influencer job as it is more just me going, holy crap, this is awesome! Guys, do you think this is awesome? And if somebody turns around and goes, no, I'll just be like, oh, okay. Sorry for bothering you. No, Knights! I lost Knights because of the time running out. Now I have to watch out that we don't get timed out after we come off here because we're playing Elliot. No, we run the risk of getting... Oh no, there's the clock. So we run the risk of getting captured by the clock here, which essentially would lead us to ruin. I'm trying to get back to the temple here. Nerding out over something's good content, that's the Sky. Indeed, I love nerding out over stuff I really enjoy. That's why I still need to actually do those Symphonia videos. I've neglected those, even though I said I was going to do them. Here's Reala, so Reala's the evil counterpart for Knight, so I'm just going to drill dash him. Oh, where are you at? That's 2 hits. Come on, Reala. Oh crap, Reala just hit me through the geometry, it's fine. It's no big deal. There we go, I think I got him. Damon says, I also fanboy about things, but sometimes I worry people might take me as being too close-minded or snobby. I think that's why I like covering my own back, you know, and by that I mean like you'll know when I do a video or when I've done videos in the past, you'll hear me say like, if I'm wrong, then I don't mind being wrong, somebody correct me, you know, or if somebody thinks I'm going too hard on something, correct me. If somebody thinks somebody else is better, tell me, you know. I'm open to having somebody come in and try and sort of open up my mind to other things when I'm like zoning in so much on a certain topic. You know, like if I'm so into a game and I'm just being like, this game is the absolute best, you can't get any better, and then somebody turns around and goes, but what about this one? And it looks interesting. You know, then of course, I'm all for turning around and being like, oh yeah, totally, let's check that out, you know, instead of just seeming like I'm just like, no, I ain't budging. You know, I think that's what people do like about things like this when I do stuff, because I'm open to change or people's views rather than just being very close-minded and just being like, guys, this is my video on my stream, so what I like is what you should like, and if you don't like that, then screw you. You know, I'm glad I'm not like that, because I think people really hate that type of a person. You know. being closed-minded is genuinely not something that is good for, especially if you're doing streams and everybody's telling you about different things and being like, dude, you should check this out. You know. Oh, I'm missing one? Oh, there it is. Let's just go back the same way. Being passionate about something's not bad at all, either. Yeah, like being super passionate is always fun about stuff. It's like when people can sense or get an idea of how passionate you are, it's more fun for them, you know. They can tell that you're being genuine and not sort of doing the typical YouTuber thing of being like, okay, I wrote out a script. You know, I'm following the script. This is how much I enjoy this thing. It's why I do a lot of my stuff ad-lib. In fact, like 99.9% of my stuff is ad-lib, which you can tell because I just spend a lot of time just being like, dude. I'm trying to fill in the gaps between conversation pieces. And then other times I'll be like, yeah, I think it's better being genuine and not sort of like sticking to a script, because then it's a little bit more real and people can actually relate to that rather than being like, oh, it's another scripted video by this YouTuber or whatever. Yeah. I feel like some scripted content really does turn people off. At least you're not saying "in it" every 15 seconds. I don't think seriously, for some reason, that just like reminded me of Ali G for no, like, I don't even know why. Oh. Come on, I need these links. Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, these links, man. They're killing me. Yeah, people... I know some people get upset with me not doing scripted content. Because it's like, dude, you literally have like no sort of pattern to this or anything. You're just doing a bunch of guerrilla streams and videos. It's like, yeah, maybe. But at the same time, it's like, at least I'm being real with people. You know. Have you watched the Young Ones? Yes. Yes, I watched it with Jen. We've watched Young Ones, watched Bottom, watched Red Dwarf, all 10 seasons of Red Dwarf. Even though that has no correlation to Young Ones or Bottom. You know. John. I agree, I'm an RAC fanboy, but I do understand it. It's not perfect, and it's good to try other things as Lucky, but I do like to introduce the idea of it to people. Ooh. Oh, right, chicken firing. Ooh, yep. Ooh. I just realized then. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like half focused on Wiseman here. These shaders, man. Shaders are nuts. It's funny Brit comedy when we could be fully on TV sustainment. Classic British comedy, man. Not afraid to insult people, but being funny at the same time. This attack reminds me of General. A little bit, yeah, the carousel. Yeah, Wiseman's interesting. He's god of the nightmare realm, essentially. He does whatever the hell he wants. He's also, I think, father to all of the Nightmarian, including Knights and Reala. Ooh, you actually get to fight Wiseman in Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, I think it is, the racing game. You go through the... what is going on, man? That was weird. You go through the Knights level and then you get to the end and you have to do this entire boss fight, basically. It's really cool. Have I not got enough drill dash here? I think I do. I should have beaten that. There we go. As you can see, there's a slight difference between the two kids' version of NiGHTS. There's the slightly pinker one that's a little bit more desaturated, and then there's the more saturated one, which normally helps you tell them apart. Even the Nightmare Realm is a fever dream, says Lucky. Indeed. Like, seriously, I love everything about this. It's just nuts. I love that Japan loves putting you against God in their games, says Damon. Indeed. Oh, here we go. So this is Elliot. Elliot's whole thing, like I said, is he wants to play football better or soccer. But of course, he's got to go save Clarice. She's fallen asleep inside the Nightmare Realm. Clarice, wake up! We need to go. We've got to go out to Twin Seats. The face and mouth movements. Breath of the Wild. Here we go. There is actual context and story behind these, but I think it might be in the Saturn version. Yeah, Twin Seeds. Twin Seeds kind of reminds me of Cubics a little bit, for anyone that knows that reference. Cubics, robots for everyone. That was an interesting show. Here we go, he's got the courage. Oh, it's not soccer, that's the next game, it's basketball, I think. Yeah. Twin Seeds basketball team. These are the faces, man. Then again, it's around this time period. It's 1995, 1996. It's all kind of new technology for the games industry in terms of generating full 3D characters like this, so I can give it a bit of a pass. I remember Cubics, says Damon. Loved Cubics, says John. It was a really, really interesting and neat concept at the time. Pretty simplistic way of getting people into robots. NiGHTS is like, I helped this. I helped you get your courage back. And then I think this is, I could be wrong, but yeah, this is Clarice's ending where she eventually gets the courage to go and sing in front of an audience. And Elliot just so happens to be there. Where's this practice? I think it might be the practice. Just don't ask how the diamonds are flying around behind her. They're all on ropes. Or fishing wire or something. Okay, I don't know how they did that. The shock and awe of the faces scar me more than seeing the faces in MS inclusive looking. Oh god. Fun times. But yeah. We got this, and now we've got, I think we have Christmas Nights. Is this the adult version? Hang on. Because the main theme is Dream Dreams. That's the name of it, if I remember rightly. I'm just trying to remember if this is, because there's, like I was saying before, there's the kids version and there's the adult version. Let's find out in a moment when they start singing. This might be the adult version based on the instruments in the background. I could be wrong though. No, it's the kids version. And then Elliot wakes up in Twin Seeds again and is like, wait a minute, was that all a dream? And NiGHTS is like, I helped. But yeah, for anyone that turned up late as well, NiGHTS' spiritual successor, or rather, not exactly spiritual successor, but more adjacent remake is Balan Wonderworld. Because there was NiGHTS on the Saturn, NiGHTS on the PS2, then it got ported to Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. Then there was Journey into Dreams, which is a sequel to this, which was on the Wii, and then there was Balan Wonderworld, which uses the same artist and kind of the same designs. I'm just going to go into the Sega Saturn Dreams for a moment. Balan fell pretty flat. I don't know, I still find it kind of cool, you know, but maybe that's just me. Let's go, I just want to try Splash Garden for a sec, because I want to see what the Saturn one is like again compared to the PS2 remake. Because obviously with the Saturn everything is like de-resed, so you can have blocky models and sprites and things. But this is the version that we saw on the Saturn and that you can actually play on the Saturn if you own one. Of which I actually want to do a stream about that, because we have a Saturn, I just don't know how to stream it, because I'd love to stream Burning Ranges. So as you can see here, we've still got pretty much the same look. Parts of it are desaturated a little bit, like the rings. To which I think they upgraded that obviously in the PS2 version. But the interesting thing about it is a lot of the stuff is changed in terms of like the 3D elements in the PS2 version are now replaced with sprites that face the camera for most of the time. You can hatch these NiGHTopians here that I did not see before. For anyone who was not around when I mentioned that as well, NiGHTopians are basically the prototype version of the Chow from Sonic Adventure. Looks better in my opinion, says Damon. I like the chunkier look to it. The thing is, like, this engine would then be used for, I think, Burning Ranges, which is one of the other really good 3D games that we've played on the channel before for the Saturn, which is pretty rare to get your hands on. But Burning Ranges is like Sci-Fi Firefighters, which was also done by Sonic Team, and then that was used for the basis for Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast, if I remember rightly. You can see here where they've replaced some of the assets in the PS2 version with actual like 3D things, whereas in this version there's a lot of like stuff to do with distance culling and object culling, and then using sprites for other objects, like for instance the orbs that we collect, and the enemies are even sprites, because what you've got to remember is the Saturn wasn't fully designed to handle 3D at the time of like around 95, 96. It was primarily designed with two processors, and one of the processors was deliberately designed to just be really good at doing everything to do with sprite work, which is what Sega had been doing since like the late 1980s with the Mega Drive or the Genesis. So the Saturn was like, yeah, we're just gonna go all in on sprite-based stuff, and we're kind of able to do 3D stuff, but it's gonna be a bit of a task to get all of that to run. You know, it's crazy because the different chips actually are designed to do different things at the same time when a game's running, if I remember rightly. I can't remember exactly what that is. But essentially, they run in tandem with each other to get really good performance. Because if I remember rightly, this did run at like 30 frames, which at the time was pretty good. I could be wrong. But yeah, this really does push the Saturn in terms of like what it can do, and just show you what it can do in terms of like sprites and 3D at the same time. Compared to nowadays where everything is like done in 3D and there's only very little sprite stuff. But then you've got that like really old retro sort of 3D charm to it. Sprites are a lost art. Indeed, not many games that aren't indie use sprite work anymore, which is kind of sad. I'd love to see AAA doing more stuff with that, but AAA is pretty bad, as we all know. Which is why everybody goes for indie. I think here you can more clearly see the trailer I was on about before of stars coming out of NiGHTS' hands when they do like loops, or just in general. I also love how there's a dedicated button for tricks that NiGHTS can do. So for instance, I can just cartwheel through a set of rings if I want to. You see me doing that occasionally, instead of just like power looping all the way through a level here and being boring. I'll actively push the buttons to try and make everything look a little bit more interesting visually. Plus you also get more points for it when you're in a section like this. Wonderful form. There's one more left. Love the way I just used them kind of like a bouncy ball there. Here we go, the underwater bit looks a little bit more crazy. It looks more like the deep ocean that it did before, because before it looked like a pretty clean river, and this was in like really deep ocean territory. And again, the bushes, or rather the foliage that's underwater has been replaced by sprites, because they can be manipulated a little bit easier, but it's so cool. I just love like all the trickery that was done with old games to get stuff to work, because obviously pushing the technology to its limits is pretty nuts. And then of course you've got to find some interesting and neat ways to get around that. What controller are you using for this? I'm using the Xbox One controller, the Sea of Thieves one. I do have my old Xbox 360 controller lying around somewhere that I've been using for games for years, but I need to find out where I put it. So here we go, we're gonna get the first boss and then we'll do Christmas nights. So here's Puffy. You saw Puffy before in 3D in the PS2 version. Here's the Saturn version. The only thing is, not much has changed outside of the shaders, seemingly, and maybe a few polygons here and there. Oh, they were the wrong way. Come here, Puffy. Nope, nope, wrong way. Wrong way. I'm gonna get bad time for this now. There we go, we're almost at the end. That's the area that she needs to be in. Pretty wild that Xbox controllers work with this game. I think it's when it was ported to the 360 from the PS2 and the Saturn. I think that's when they've probably coded the other controls to work. You know. Because essentially what this version of the game is doing is it's emulating the Saturn version and the PS2 version at the same time. Okay, here we go. So that was a comparison with the original Saturn version. And of course we've got some of the other things here, which are like a gallery that you can unlock all the artwork for, and there's also merch, if I remember rightly. This merch is like really rare. You got all these little plushies. There's some other stuff as well, like there's been the odd like capsule fig like that. And then obviously some like posters and the soundtrack. But yeah, we got that, we got the movie theatre, we got the sound test, and then I can't remember what the other one was. I know this one's Christmas nights. I think the other one is for collecting Nightopians. Hang on. Dream data. Yeah, so we can check out all the different routes the scores on them and try and beat them if we want for each level. And I think the other one is the garden where you can look after Nightopians that you collect. But here we go, we got Christmas streams now, which is what we came for.
The city is covered with Christmas decorations. And people are looking for presents for their loved ones. Among them are Elliot and Clarice. They all look rushed. That gentleman, that lady, that old man. Why do they have to walk that fast? In the crowd, they feel something important is missing. The streets look so beautiful. This is the most cheerful time of the year. But it seems like nobody is paying any attention to something important. Walking down the street, they find themselves in the middle of Twin Seeds City, facing the mammoth Twin Seeds Tower. It is decorated beautifully, and the tower appears as one huge Christmas tree. However, they realize what is missing from the Christmas spirit. The one thing nobody seems to notice. There is no shiny star atop the gigantic Christmas tree. Without it, the tree is incomplete.
I love the way that made it look at the end there. The artwork made it look as though everybody was covered in snow apart from Elliot and Clarice. But yeah, this essentially is, from what I understand, the first attempt outside of certain instances in Nights of doing themed content in a video game. Basically, it's one thing that I've always said that I enjoy Sega's games for, is that after this game they started doing themed content for different events during the year. So New Year's, Christmas, Halloween, Easter. There would be reskins of certain things at different times, and it would be just neat to experience that kind of stuff. Night, I think, was the first one to do it. Because in, like, I think it's April Fools, you play as Riala, which is Knight's evil doppelganger. I think Halloween has some, like, extra stuff as well, but Christmas Nights was a big thing back in the day because it was a completely separate and unique demo disc that you could get in a cardboard sleeve. And I remember me and Jen got both Nights and Christmas Nights. It was Christmas Nights first from eBay, back when eBay allowed you to do postage checks rather than using PayPal and stuff. So you'd send a check in the mail, and then people would send you the stuff, you know, that they wanted to sell. And we got Christmas Nights as one of the first games on the Saturn when we got a Saturn second hand. And what this essentially does is it takes a couple of the levels and enemies and Christmas themes everything. So you'll see now, it's pretty short, a bit like the base game, but it's really fun. Plus everything is Christmas themed, so that includes the music. Let's go, even Knight's outfit is Christmas themed now. So yeah, enjoy Christmas Nights, because it's nuts that they put in this much work into what was essentially just a small demo disc reskin. They did not need to go this hard. They really did not need to go this hard, but god damn, it's good. Everyone's like, there were a couple of people asking me in chat a while ago, like, dude, why haven't you got your Christmas outfit on? And it's just because I couldn't get to the PC that has the Christmas outfit on it, so instead, we play Christmas Nights. Maybe if I'm lucky, like in a little bit, I can go down and try and get the Christmas outfit for one of the other streams. Because it's on my USB stick that I've got. Oh. Does Japan even celebrate Christmas? Yes. They have KFC for Christmas because of a giant marketing thing that happened ages ago. So in Japan at Christmas, you will not be able to get your hands on KFC. But yeah, they do celebrate it. I find it weird when you mention about KFC and Christmas, because I don't really think they're linked together, but when you realize it's from a marketing campaign, it's like, okay, it must have just stuck them, and instead it's just become its own thing. But yeah, apparently KFC and all the like fast foods cost an absolute bomb. You really did not have to go this hard, but it's so good. It's a little visually cluttered, but then again, when you're just having a good laugh, you don't really care. Plus, it's like some of the most simple level stuff in the entire game, so match 3. Almost there. Interesting thing for this as well is, I swear, I can't remember when exactly it is, but you can actually access a character skin for Sonic the Hedgehog in 3D in this as well. I just can't remember how to do that, so technically it's one of Sonic's first 3D outings as well. Which is nuts when you think about it. Makes sense if we're being cynical. Christmas is really a giant advert. Oh yeah, like I've seen stuff recently. Like, it's not even the 24th yet. I think it was like on the 19th or something. I went into I think it was B&Q with the missus and my daughter, just because they were. Well, I think we were talking about extra repairs that we're gonna have to do in the new year, and. When we were on about it and looking at what we could get, we were looking around and all the Christmas stuff was already basically on sale. It was like, oh yeah, it's like 90% off because we're not going to use it anymore. It's like, dude, there's tons of it! It's not even Christmas, and you put up everything like months in advance for Christmas, but then you turn around like the very moment Christmas is upon everybody, like before anybody's even celebrating it, and go, yeah, so anyway, everything's on sale now. Like, wait, what? Oh, damn! They are incredibly fast! So here's Gilwing again, but in a more Christmas-themed area instead of the Halloween one. Even the geometry in the center looks like a Christmas tree covered in jewels. And Gilwing looks like he's got like a red and white Santa hat on, even though it looks like Where's Wally instead. The Grinch. Kinda. The Grinch with wings. The quicker we beat Gilwing though, the more points we have, and I just flew into the worst part of the hitbox. I just realized the next on the net event is on there. I guess I'm missing that one. Oh well. I'll just do some more immersion tail stuff instead. So that's gonna be on the cards again tonight after I beat this. I'm having too much fun with Christmas nights. Damon says, yeah, my local town put all the decorations up in September because I guess they didn't want to be asked later on in the year. Jeez. That moment where Christmas is being celebrated by basically the end of Halloween. Ooh, Christmas Nights is the one that has the adult demon, I think. Is Elliot, so Elliot's one is Splash Canyon, I think, again? Oh, no, sorry, Spring Valley. I love the way we get all of our personality core things taken away from us, and at the very beginning it just looks like we get mugged. Knights, my bravery is the only thing remaining. I need help save Corin, all the other stuff that I need. Because if I remember rightly, it's the red orb is supposed to be courage, and that's the only one that remains every single time. And then I think Elliot's boss is Buffy? This game is a fever dream, so John. I mean, that's why I like it, you know, it's not like anything else. So you can immediately pick it out from a crowd of games and just be like, yeah, this is fun. Yeah. Like, it looks weird, but when you play it, it's actually really, really fun and easy. It's just a 3D racing game with a wacky character. You know. Like, the game's design for this is so simple. Is it making me want to watch a Christmas movie now? Maybe Gremlins or Krampus. Gremlins would be good. Just remember, don't watch it on any anything other than the DVD or some sort of like pirate website. Because normally the BBC will put that kind of stuff on, and then the BBC will be like, excuse me, you got a license for that TV. And then you can give them the middle finger and be like, no, I don't pay for the license, thank you very much. Oh my god, we still got a points thing going? Absolutely killing it here. Where's the, there it is. I didn't need that many, but I just went hard anyway. I'm just like, oh, it's fine. Try to string some of those moves together though, so I can get some good points. I love the way they even put the Nighttopians in their outfits here. Where the heck is the capture chamber? Hope that's not copyright. Don't shoot YouTube for making me second guess. Oh. Should I shoot in the box? I don't pay for the TV license, damn it. Yeah, we don't either. They'll try and lie to you and do all kinds of crazy stuff like, oh, you need to pay for it if you have the Xbox or whatever. It's like, excuse me, why is it glowing again? It should be coffee. Huh. Might just be random which one you get. Come on. More or less got glowing sunlocked here. He's regrowing. We good. I don't think I'll get much of a score for that, but I guess we shall find out. But yeah, after these 2 levels, we collect the stars from each one, and then we use that to create the star on top of the tree. Damn it.
With the help of knights, Elliot and Clarice found the star, shining in 7 colours. But the entire story was a dream. So, what was that star? They don't talk about the dream they saw. But there is one thing both of them know. Something special will happen after they embark on an adventure with knights.
Not zooming on Elliot there.
They start feeling cheerful again.
Are you okay?
And now happiness, like the light of a small candle, starts filling the city once again. Everything is okay now. Give a star of happiness to the heart of these brave children. Give a star of happiness to the heart of everyone. Merry Christmas.
This voiceover is really weird. They're trying to be Christmassy. It was probably the secretary in the office at the time, but you never know. Because some games did do that, where they were like, so anyway, Caroline, you can do well, right? Just come out of your office for a moment. Oh, it's the orchestral one? Like the full orchestral one? I think. But they go really hard on it. I could be wrong though.
In a dream I could see you are not far away. Anytime, any place, I can see your face. You're that special one that I've been waiting for. And I hope you're looking for someone like me. In my dreams, I can
So yeah, that may be copyrighted. It's criminal this isn't in the top Christmas hits. So yeah, here we go, NiGHTS collection. So this essentially shows us all the NiGHTS we've collected throughout the game. As I mentioned before, this bit is more for the completion, because that's essentially Christmas Nights, those 2 levels, but they went really hard on those 2 level reskins. But then we have the NiGHTS collection to finish us off, which is everything that we've interacted with throughout the levels currently, and what our actual sort of standing is with the levels. As said before, what ends up happening is when you interact with all of these characters in the level, sometimes they're hidden, sometimes they need to be hatched, sometimes they're just right there. But in the bottom right, as you can see, if you end up damaging them by accident when you're busy trying to power loop enemies or something, what ends up happening is you end up damaging them. As a result, it changes the dream world to be a little bit more nasty and nightmarish. The music changes. It takes a while, but it's interesting on how they affect the game world overall. So yeah, we got a load of like different ones here with, if I remember rightly, like different 3D models that you can look through. We're all doing different things like singing, doing spins, walking around, just playing, sleeping, you know. Let's try Splash Garden. Doing an evil playthrough. It's basically Undertale. It's Undertale before Undertale was the thing. You know. The music would still be amazing, it's just lucky. So yeah, you can go through and look at all the different worlds and see which ones you need to unlock, and then go ahead and play around with things and see what happens. A lot of these levels have obviously got like either good or mid sort of rating with them, because I've not really decided I'm just going to stick around and hurt the characters. It's totally not my thing. But yeah, we can even see characters here that have like different tools, like that one's a glow stick for showing minecarts through the area, and that one's obviously a jackhammer. They're all themed after like the different level things. Then we've got the ones from Christmas Nights where one of them's throwing like snowballs, singing. Yeah, so there's plenty of extra fun stuff to do. It's crazy. And then we've got the achievements, which I don't think you guys can see here at the moment, but it's stuff like complete this level, complete that level, basically. And then it's stuff like get the highest rating on the acrobat thing, where you go through the loops and you can do moves, which is called Dreamy. Try to power loop all of Gilwing's tail in one hit, and then just clear all stages with the A rank, which I believe I did on the Xbox 360. When I played that version. So yeah, that has been Nights into Dreams to round out another Christmas again, and yeah, it's always on sale. Apparently it's like $6 at the moment, but it's always on sale, and it's really fun. Again, like with me here, if you just want a casual playthrough and do everything, you'll get roughly between 1 to 2 hours of entertainment out of it. It doesn't sound too much, but for a pretty simple game, it's cool. Plus you've got all the whole thing of doing like the A ranks and stuff, if you want, and finding all of the NiGHTS. So there is extra things to round that out a little bit and enjoy yourself with, as well as experiencing it at different times of year to do the other things that I mentioned, like the April Fools and things. But yeah, it's so cool. I really do enjoy it. It's a neat little game just to chill and kill a couple of hours on. Again, one of my favorites from my Sega collection. Absolutely love it. I hope you've all enjoyed this playthrough. It's been really fun doing it again for yet another Christmas, and now I'm going to do some Immersion Tale stuff. So, I shall see you on the next video. Hope you've enjoyed. Merry Christmas if I don't say that at any time before the 24th or the end of the 24th. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. So until then, bye!